Hey guys, welcome to the show today. It's another edition of Coffee Talk on the Coast with the IsleyTapie team. I'm Jason.
And I'm Catherine.
And we look forward to having you guys along for the ride as we go over the real estate market here in Orange County in Corona Del Mar, Newport Beach.
Yep. Can't wait.
Can't wait, you guys. We'll see you in a couple seconds.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, April 19th. That means we are in the midst of a spring market. Welcome to the show. This is another episode of Coffee Talk on the Coast. I'm Jason Isley.
I'm Catherine Tapie.
And
And we are
the IsleyTapie Group.
That's right.
Here at 7 Gables Real Estate. And do us a favor, real quick, if you like our show, go ahead and smash that like button on our YouTube page and, follow us and we'll bring you real estate update, market updates every week.
And other fun stuff.
And other fun stuff.
Yes, we have a lot of fun stuff.
But we are the premier team with 7 Gables Real Estate down here in Corona Del Mar and for Newport Beach. And hey, we like to talk about real estate every week. This is what we do on our show. And we like to have a little bit of fun along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But we like to start off, hey, what's going on nationally? What's going on in national real estate right now? Let's start off with some national stats.
There's a lot.
Hot off the presses from Realtor.com and what the national monthly housing market looks like across the country. What do you see there, Kath? What's going down?
I see that inventory of listings has declined by 18.9% since over 2021. So there's almost 20% less listings than last year, and there wasn't that many last year. And this is nationally.
Yeah.
So then and then inventory of unsold homes, including pending sales, has also declined by 12.5%.
Wow.
And compared to 2020, at the start of COVID listings, we are down 62.3%.
Yeah,
nationally.
we're down.
From sea to shining sea. So from the coast of California to the shores of New York.
To the coast with the most, West
Yep.
Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think statistically, if you look at it, I think just going back to the COVID years, the beginning of COVID, for especially nationally, what we're looking at, there was 5 houses listed during COVID. Right now, there'll only be 2, so it's like 5 versus 2 houses.
Big difference.
Yeah, so if you take any geographical major area, in that single area, you could probably, there's 5 listings in this neighborhood or 5 listings in that neighborhood. If you really want to splice it up, and right now with the amount of buyers, it's only 2. So that's what's been going on nationally. And the average asking price nationally is at $405,000, and that was in March, and that was up 13.5% from 2021.
Yeah, and that's nationally. I mean, there are a lot of, states in the Midwest where real estate is significantly less expensive than like the East or the West. And so that's averaging everything in at $405,000.
That's pretty
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
California used to be $100 or $405,000.
And that national price is up 26.5% from the very beginning of 2020
Yeah.
when the COVID pandemic started. So up almost, if you round it up, almost up 30%. That is huge, and there's a lot of things driving that. And it has really just been, the low rates and the limited amount of inventory from, all the way from San Diego all the
Yep.
way to New York.
I know.
So that's what we've been looking at, and what's going on with those rates? The rates have been up
Rates are way up.
huge.
Rates are way up. I was just talking to a lender yesterday, and he's got this cute couple that he's trying to help get a home for, and they've got some credit challenges, and he's just like, oh my gosh, I want to get them in before the interest rates go up again.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's been crazy with the 10-year Treasury at its high since 2018 of December. It's having a current effect on our mortgage rates, and of course, we had the biggest rate increase last Monday.
Yes.
Was up 75 basis points and was up at 5.25, and still the average rate now is still above the 5, even though it has dropped considerably down into the low 5s. It was like dropped down to I think it was like 5 1/8 or something like that. It's still the highest rate hike we've had in 28 years, and trying to figure out what the rate's going to do for the rest of the year is like trying to figure out like a jigsaw puzzle. There's no way to know. Blindfolded. There's no way to know what that's going to look like when we start skidding in here to the fourth quarter of 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going fast. I mean, we're already in our 4th month.
I know. Actually, Friday's my birthday.
today's Catherine's birthday. We're going to have a special show for that next week.
Maybe.
We are going to bring a cake in here.
No.
We'll have some,
No, I don't like to celebrate my birthdays anymore. I just want to.
Oh, you
Actually,
look out.
What I want to do is go to the movies. But let's get back to this.
Okay. And God, with gas prices, inflation, and overall cost of daily living, it has had an effect, I think, on some consumer confidence across the nation overall. And a lot of people who were reaching at certain price ranges, especially here in Orange County, all the way from Brea, Fullerton, Orange, Tustin, Santa Ana, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach.
Corona Del Mar, Laguna Beach.
It's had an effect on some buyers who may be reaching into a price range, first-time buyer price range in Orange County, like we've talked about on our show, has crept into the high 8s and the low 9s. And, the only thing that's keeping it alive has been the low rate.
Right.
And, some people are going to get etched out of the marketplace.
They are. They're definitely going to.
And then what's going on in Orange County, Kath?
So in Orange County, there are currently 1,136 available single-family homes. So SFR, single-family residence, in all of Orange County. All of Orange County, 1,136 single-family homes for sale. The median asking price right now in all of Orange County is $1,570,000.
Yep.
And median days on the market, still going fast, 14 days on the market.
Yeah, that's
quick.
still pretty quick. And this is the only thing that's keeping the real estate market alive, is that there is just no inventory. And as inventory may or may not grow, because with the rate hike, people might think, well, that's going to, put a lot of buyers on the hot seat to go ahead and sell before the rate even gets higher. But sellers might rescind and might not decide to put their houses on the market. Maybe they just don't want to move. There is obviously a short of inventory, and a lot of sellers right now are thinking, where are they going to go if they move? And it's hard to move out of California.
It is hard.
Definitely hard to move out of this Orange County, mild weather, little surf, little sand, little palm tree action. That's why we're all here.
And what's harder is if you do move to come back. That's even harder because our cost of living is totally different than I've lived in a couple of other places. It's very different.
Very different. And
but if you really want to be here, you make it work.
Yeah, and we've had clients, both of us. We've had clients that have moved out of state. They go to Kentucky, they go to South Carolina, Tennessee, someplace like that, and then they call to come back. Hey, can I come back? And I go, you can. What does that look like for you? And then they go, well, I'm going to be buying in San Bernardino. And a lot of that happens. They can't come right back smack dab in Orange County like they were. Their Eastside Costa Mesa flat is just out of the question.
Yeah.
So things like this do happen. And as far as what's going on in Corona Del Mar right here, 92625, we're looking at this since the 1st of March, given yesterday, the 18th of April. As far as closed listings in 92625, in this time frame, we're looking at a median list price of $4,697,000. And then the average close price in Corona Del Mar for the last month and 2 weeks has been $4,725,000. Yep. And average price per square foot right now in Corona Del Mar is $1,744, and that is on single-family residence only in the 92625 zip code.
So that's all Corona Del Mar.
That's all CDM. That's all the way from Cameo, the Village, Irvine Terrace, Spyglass, the whole enchilada. Speaking of enchilada. We got a special for you coming up on a new segment.
So fun.
And then for current active listings, what do you look at the median average price on list price, Kath? What do you see?
Yeah, so for current average listings, the median price is $6.9 million.
Okay.
Average days on market, 45, and the average for dollars per square foot is 2,141. So, it's in the current active listings in the village.
That's right.
Yes.
You got your buyer. No, this is for all CDM, but if you got your buyer, you're going to say, hey, get ready to spend $2,141 a square foot on the average. And then they go, I get it. Yeah. And it goes from there.
Yep.
And then for CDM Village, we have 23 active listings right now in the CDM Village. And of course, the CDM Village is where we like to work and where our heart is. And with front and back units, single family, condo / townhome, everything has has a different definition as far
You
as
see us
property
out
type.
there walking around.
You do. We had our
Passing
peeps out.
peeps.
We had our peeps out for
Yes,
Easter.
it was so fun.
Hope you guys got some of our Easter peeps down there in the
Dog
village.
treats.
But in the village, we're looking at a median list price on active listings of $5,995,000, and the average days on market right now for active listings is 34 days, and that price per square foot is $1,993 a square foot and 94 cents.
And 94 cents.
94 cents.
Because you don't have to mess with the cents. It's okay.
You
So
don't-
he says it anyway.
You don't have to mess with the cents. And then we like to, obviously we like to go over what's going on in the Newport Beach
Yep.
proper area. This is everything from the peninsula, from Balboa to Lido. And what's that looking like as far as Newport Beach?
So single family residence, SFR, there are currently 71 active listings in all of Newport Beach.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was last
Yeah.
week. So
Yeah,
haven't
it's
had a lot of
very
difference.
similar.
Very similar to last week when we
Yep.
went over this.
And the median sold price in Newport Beach since March 1st to yesterday is $4.995 million. So like $5 under
Yeah.
$5 million.
That's up.
And median days on market, 18. Still not very long. It's not even
Looking
3
good.
weeks.
Okay.
And median price per square foot, $1,607 per square foot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Values have been up. It's been a nice time. We were down in the Corona Del Mar Village last Thursday and Friday. We wanted to make sure everybody along Acacia, Begonia, and Carnation, everybody got our little marshmallow peeps little sugar drop off. That was
Yep.
our candy drop off. That was pretty
It
good.
was really fun. We actually ran into a realtor friend that I had a transaction with up here in North Tustin a couple years ago. Such a nice guy, and got to mess with his dog and chat with the
Oh, you got a fresh bulldog.
the mailman.
A Frenchie.
Yeah, a little
They're very
Frenchie.
popular.
What was his name? Rocky?
I
No.
think, yeah, it was
Was
something.
it Rocky? Something like
Well, it
that.
wasn't Adrian.
But it was really fun, and the weather was beautiful, and everybody was just in a good mood out, cruising around. So,
Speaking of good moods, let's talk about what you had to do on Easter.
wow.
Happy Easter!
So we had Easter at our house.
Okay.
Started out with like maybe 6 to 8 people. We had 24 people at our house on Sunday.
Yeah, you said you were going to have 20, then you threw the number 22
I know, because
at
people
me.
just kept calling and saying, oh, I heard so-and-so's going to be there. Can we stop by?
Yeah?
So I cooked food, and I got it all out for 24 people.
Nice.
And it was all hot and ready to go. I was very proud of myself. Prime rib, strata, quiche, pancakes. I did have help with pancakes. It turned out great. Zoe and I think Joe put together 2 charcuterie boards, and everybody was outside in the backyard because the weather was beautiful on Sunday. It was so pretty. But I'll tell you, they got there at noon, and I was like, okay, like 3, 4 o'clock,
Right.
over and done, 7:30.
Very cool. Love it.
7:30. By the time the last person left, I laid on my couch and I could literally feel my back pulsating.
Did you text me?
Because it was
that
so
night? I think you
sore.
said, hey, I think I got a message from maybe it was the next day.
Maybe.
Because I went to my
I
mom's. And
barely moved yesterday.
same thing at my mom's. We had less people. Mom and Lorenzo got the ham in the oven, and then they got it out and they sliced it, but the salad wasn't ready. And my mom has this really beautiful artichoke plant in the backyard. She's been so proud of her artichokes. I can't begin to tell you. And it finally started blossoming. Now she's got artichokes all over the place. And she picked them, a good amount of them, and she steamed them and forever. And then she brought them to the table. Everybody had a little spot of wine, and the artichokes weren't ready.
I love artichokes.
Yeah, they were not ready, so they tried to put them back in the steamer, but wow, the ham was getting cold. So everything became a debacle, even though everything was good. And the turkey was not ready because they did have a small little turkey in the oven, and that wasn't ready when it was time to eat. So we just had ham, salad, and some other vegetable dips and stuff like that. And it was good though.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That's why I like Easter's my favorite, because it's just a little bit more casual. You don't have to worry about buying all these gifts. Everybody comes over, they bring something to eat. We had tons of desserts. Pineapple upside down cake, which is my favorite.
Oh, that is good.
Dean's aunt made that. That was delicious. Yeah. But I love artichokes. I have I've got the recipe for Woody's artichoke dip.
Oh, you do?
It's really good.
Oh, you mean Woody's, like on the peninsula?
Woody's on the peninsula.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Chuck
yeah, not Woody's in Orange. Woody's on the peninsula.
And Chuck Norris used to own that years years and years and years ago.
I know.
And then a client of mine bought it from him.
Oh, really?
And then he sold it. I don't know who owns it now, but Woody's is still there. Oh,
yeah,
Woody's.
They have good food.
I want that whale. I want that whale milk can, like, in my backyard.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool to have, like, just out by the pool. Something about it. I mean, it's pretty beat, but
Yeah.
There's something about the Woodies. It's like the Grants for Guns, like
Yeah.
guy who always carried the
Yeah,
guns.
I know. I love that sign down there.
I know. I
Grants,
think it's
the Grant
gone.
sign.
I think the pistol's still on the side of the building, but like the cowboy
But in
dude,
the front, I
think he's
remember.
gone.
I think I'm just
Yeehaw!
used to seeing it for like, I don't know, 40, whatever,
million
50
years.
That I'm just used to seeing it and I can still picture it in my head. So it might not be there, but in my head it's still there.
the Grant gun guy and the Woody guy, both in my yard, would look sweet.
Oh yeah, sure.
My wife would never
Your
allow
wife
it.
would never allow that. Rachel, you would never allow that.
No, Rach, she wouldn't want to. And my wife is in Brazil still, and she is spending time with her family. And
I think that's very cool though.
yeah, she sent me
She's
some
so
really great.
lucky.
She sent me some really great pictures of a place they went that was in kind of an urban kind of forest jungle area in the city of Rio. And so she spent the day with her parents, her brother, and she had a good time.
Cool.
She had a good time. I was a little jelly because
Yeah.
their meal looked pretty good.
Yeah, I love Rio de Janeiro.
Rio de Janeiro is one of my favorite places to go, and so. But hey guys, look, we really appreciate you guys joining us for the ride this week. We
Yep.
will be back next week with another episode of Coffee Talk on the Coast. Please, like I said, like and subscribe our page, and also before we go, what? Oh, before we go. We have a little special segment we're going to start here where we're going to be visiting businesses. And we had a special field trip last week that we did at El Cholo
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun.
on PCH right here in CDM. And we had a lot of fun with Angel, the bartender. And he showed us how to make some of the
And
most...
Renee.
And Renee.
Yeah.
They showed us how to make their signature drinks. And they treated us like royalty.
They did.
What a great experience.
It was so sweet, and we were not expecting that at all. But we did end up eating and drinking, and we were there for 2.5 or 3 hours. I thought we'd be there for maybe 35 or 40 minutes, but it was.
I felt like John Tapper,
So nice.
but I was the bar rescue guy. I'm like, let me just check those.
It was so fun.
It was a good time,
Yes.
and we definitely want to give a great shout out right now, a big shout out to Ryan Hildebrandt for coming along
Oh, yeah.
and shooting our segment at El Cholo. Hopefully we have a name for the segment coming up. I think we're going to be rolling with Corona del Bar, which I kind of
I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to get the French
There's
horn
plenty
going?
of them down there that we can visit each week
Yeah.
or every other week.
It's going to be a good time to get that French horn in the background when we go down to 5 Crowns.
5 Crowns,
We'll have their
Banderas,
Gibsons.
Quiet Woman.
Quiet Woman.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Port.
yeah.
Yep.
We're all going to be all up in there.
Yep. I like it.
Guys, thanks for coming along for the ride today. This is the IsleyTapie team here at Seven Gables. Again, like and subscribe to our page. We look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye. Makeup, hair.
Hair.
Well, you
Hair.
need the hair.
Yes.
I just need the makeup.
Well, no, I need the
The
makeup.
hair part.
No, I need the makeup
It's
more
over.
than the hair. I can throw my hair in a ponytail. You know,
I could
as
go.
long as the makeup has to look good.
I was thinking about going like, what's the kid? What other millennials do these days? They have like the man bun thing going on.
Yeah,
There's no.
I know.
I'm not getting a man bun.
Joey came out with one of those little man buns the other day. It was so funny.
Who did?
Joe.
Joe?
Yeah, Joey.
No. Heels to the no, Joe. Don't do
It did. Well, he's cute anyway.
When did the man bun come about?
He's cute.
When did it come about?
Years
Where did it
ago.
come
It's
from?
not new.
It was never around when I was growing up.
Yeah, it was.
The man bun? No. Like
It's
the
been out for like 20 years, Chase.
I'm 49.
Okay.
Yeah, no. It was about. I can tell you. Some dudes had mullets. Some dudes had like the preppy
Yeah,
part.
I remember the mullet.
Part to the side kind of thing. That's how I was. I
Yeah.
wore like the polo. I had the Ralph Lauren shorts. You know, I had the topsiders. That's how I rolled. But never had the mullet. Never had a rat or a Judas Priest t-shirt, even though I wish I had one right now. And never had the man bun.
I like man buns.
Excuse me?
I like man buns. Moving on.
Moving on to those hot cross buns. You know who's got really good buns? Speaking of rolls,
I don't know.
Polly's Pies has really good.